Celebrating Raven Pride here on the home field. The Raven Pride is Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to College Boulevard Activities Complex for tonight's Sunflower League match. We'd like to welcome our guests from Shawnee Mission South. The Raiders will be the visitors on the scoreboard. Shawnee Mission South comes into tonight's contest with a 4-2 record, defeating common opponent Lawrence High School last week 30-24. At this time, we would also like to remind all participants and spectators to please conduct themselves in a sportsmanlike manner for the benefit and enjoyment of all. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. And at this time, if you would please now stand and join us as we honor our country with the singing of the national anthem, to be followed by the Olathe Northwest alma mater. Singing tonight are members of the Olathe Northwest Choir under the direction of Paula Brecken.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly
Olathe School District would like to thank Sports Medicine of Olathe Health for providing athletic training services for tonight's game. Your certified athletic trainer for Olathe Northwest is Steve Hawkins. Athletic trainers are in the high schools daily and cover athletic events weekly, and all trainers are certified nationally and licensed by the state of Kansas. Thanks again to Olathe Health for providing a certified athletic trainers for tonight's contest. At this time, we would like to recognize touchdown sponsors and proud sponsors of Olathe Northwest football: Old Shawnee Pizza, Shawnee's Barbecue, Austin's Bar and Grill, the Welter Group, BB Car Wash, Rains, Pearson Babcock, TheJump.com, Precision Printing, and Rustic Marlin, all proud touchdown sponsors of Olathe Northwest football. Assistant coaches for Olathe Northwest are Lauren Clark, Justin Slavin, Mike Stevens, Mark Mahoney, Steve Mesa, Matt McLeod, Kyle Fuchs, Taylor Barnes, Roy Dennis, Avery Parker, Keith Winger, and Richard Blazevich. The athletic trainer is Steve Hawkins. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brett Oberzon and the Shawnee Mission South Raiders. And on the home side, please welcome head coach Aaron Hafner and the Olathe Northwest Lions.
And welcome to the football game against Olathe Northwest and Shawnee Mission South Raiders. Tonight it's looking to be a good matchup. Jack, you know, what do you have to say about tonight?
Well, I think tonight is one of the great chances that Olathe Northwest has to pick up their second win of the season. I mean, next week they see Olathe North. This might be one of the best opportunities they have this year, looking over their entire schedule. Shawnee Mission South does a better job of balancing out their offense than Shawnee Mission Northwest did. Northwest was very pass-heavy, which kind of played a little bit into the Ravens' strength. The pass rush, which has been good so far this year, had an effect. And Olathe Northwest walked away with a victory. Shawnee Mission South bounces out the offense a little bit more, tends to run the ball and pass it. We'll see what the Raven defense can do, but the offense from Olathe Northwest improved greatly over the last few games. We saw a 75-yard touchdown run from Andrew Dumas. We saw Gabe Barfetti break it open once he got outside the tackle, so it should be an exciting game.
Yes, sir. So we have the toss, and see who's taking the return here. Shawnee Mission South is returning the ball. All right. So it doesn't look like we have any wind tonight. It's a little bit chilly out though.
It's the first game that we've really had that's been cold, so we'll see how the guys deal with that.
So the Ravens are lining up for the kick.
One really big key for Olathe Northwest, get quick defensive stops. They've got 5 really key players that play 2 ways. Cole Manning, Andrew Dumas, Connor Boyd, Jake Wolf, and a few other Ravens play significant minutes on both sides of the ball, so quick defensive stops to save their legs a little bit would be important.
Yep. So Connor Boyd is kicking the ball off. Here's the kick. Short little quick kick, and it goes out of bounds about the 30-yard line.
And that's not a fantastic start for the Ravens.
No.
Ball goes out of bounds. Shawnee Mission South will be spotted at the 40. Ravens already given away quick yards.
Yeah, another great kick by Connor Boyd there. So spotted at the 35-yard line for the Raiders.
Last year, Olathe Northwest beat Shawnee Mission South twice, once during the regular season, the second time coming to pick up their first ever playoff victory in school history.
Raiders lining up on the ball, 38-yard line. Here's a snap out of shotgun, looking for the pass. Out to 34, incomplete though. Not a terrible pass, just got a little away from him.
Yeah, one thing to look for on the Raiders offense, they do have a lot of returners. Quarterback Jack Roberts started last year. He's a senior this year. We'll see what he has to offer, but they will do a good job of switching it up. They do a good job of mixing up their pass plays along with the rush.
Looks like the Raiders will be primarily running out of shotgun. With 4 receivers out. Here's a snap, taken up to the running back for about a gain of 1.
Ravens did a great job there getting in the backfield quick. They'll need to do a good job of stopping the run, make Shawnee Mission South go to the air more often, especially early within their drives. Try to create some turnovers.
It hasn't been that fantastic of a drive for the Raiders. They had only 1 yard, 3rd down already. Haven't made much of the field position they were granted at the beginning of the game. And they're to try the screen pass to the running back, however, incomplete pass. 4th down on the Ravens, or on the Raiders' 39-yard line.
Not a bad idea there from Shawnee Mission South. The secondary players for ONW were kind of slacking off. They were 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. They were going to give up the short pass, so you get a good blocker out in front of you. All of a sudden, that screen pass can turn into a 1st down.
So here's a punt for the Raiders. Gabe Barfetti is deep for the Ravens. Here's the kick. Right to Gabe, called a fair catch. On the 28-yard line, on the Ravens' 28-yard line.
Good choice from Gabe Barfetti. Last week, he had a lot of yards in that game against Shawnee Mission Northwest. Last week, ONW did a great job of making their reads quick and getting outside of the tackles so the linemen didn't have to work quite as hard to move that defensive front. We'll see what they do tonight out of the option.
So Ravens going out on the field on the 29-yard line. Yeah, the Ravens' offensive line had a lot more success last week than they had previously in the season.
There's definitely been some improvement under Coach Hafner.
Yes. Cole Manning fakes, handoff, gets about 7 yards on the play.
And although Manning got tripped up before he possibly could have broken that one out, that was a good first play from the Ravens. They got lots of positive yards there, and they had an option. I mean, they didn't have problem getting out of the backfield.
Nope. No, yeah, it looks like the offensive line has improved a lot from previously in the season. The first couple of games were really rough for that line, but they made some improvements, able to give Cole Manning some more time. There's a snap. Again, same play we saw there, however, he stopped on the line. Maybe gain of 0, or gain of 1.
If Manning makes that read a split second quicker and gets the ball out to Elijah Becker, who was running with him for the option, he had a blocker out in front of him. Gabe Barfetti had his corner tied up.
Yeah, just could have gone a little differently. 2 yards to go. Ravens 3rd down. Again on our center. Taking the snap. Left side. Options out. It's Gabe Barfetti. He's going all the way up the field on the 39 or on the 41-yard line.
And that's exactly what we saw a lot last week. Cole Manning making the first read quick. And a lot of these defensives has learned from previous matchups that Andrew Dumas is a threat. So they choose to stop him, plug up that line, and all of a sudden, once you make that pitch, they've got lots of room to move around the outside.
Yeah, the option looks a lot more effective, clearly than it has earlier. I like the improvements, the changes that the Raven offense have made. Here you go, their snap. Gives it off to Andrew Dumas. That'll be we got a gain of 1.
One thing that the Ravens did start to utilize a little bit last week, but we hadn't seen so much early in the season, they've started to really tap into that speed that they have. They have a lot of talented backs that have a lot of really playmaking ability, just haven't really accessed that to this point.
Yeah, as we saw with Gabe Barfetti down there, he's a key player that they just started recently utilizing through the improvements they made this late in the season. Here's a snap. Cole Manning running out, looking, gets to Gabe Barfetti out on the 24-yard line. Wow, Gabe Barfetti's had quite the game so far.
The throw by Cole Manning was just a little bit behind Barfetti, but it got the job done. Good pickup there from the Ravens.
Yeah, that was a good read by Barfetti to adjust, to be able to catch that pass.
I don't know who exactly was in the backfield, but somebody made a pretty key block on the rollout from Cole, preventing a sack there on that play.
So they're hurting it here, kind of catch Raiders off. Cole Manning rolling out, doesn't go for the option, gets about a gain of 2.
There's not much brewing on that play.
No.
Shawnee Mission South kind of came to the near sideline. Wasn't really anywhere to go there for either Manning or Becker.
Yeah, went to the short side of the field there for Manning. Howard's 2nd and 8 on the 22-yard line. Ravens making quick work of this first quarter.
I like the field position from the Ravens. They're doing a good job of moving the ball and controlling the clock. They need to get in the end zone here. Ravens are definitely thinking 6. Their field goal kicking has been under par so far this season.
Up to Andrew Dumas. That'll be a gain of about 2 yards there. Yeah, I'm surprised with last week with the improved offensive line that we still failed to make field goals. They just kept on getting back into the backfield and smacking the ball down before we could get it off. So hopefully tonight we'll see some changes made there to be able to get some more field goals made. Cole Manning takes the snap. Looks out. Gabe Barfetti gives Gabe Barfetti wide open field. Wow. Okay, that's a great run by Gabe Barfetti.
Good job by Barfetti there. Not afraid to take some contact.
Nope.
He just absolutely demolished that South defender.
Yeah, there was a receiver down. I couldn't see who it was down the field, but they're making very key blocks giving Barfetti more time to get up the field about at the 3-yard line they're on now.
With first and goal, look for the Ravens to go to either Dumas or their fullback, who's not in the game yet, Bryce Johnson, to push it across the end zone.
I like what we've seen by Gabe Barfetti so far this game, utilizing him a lot. He's got good speed. They give it to Dumas. That'll be close. We'll see. Up against the goal line. Not quite a touchdown, about 1 yard to go.
Pretty solid 3-yard rush, though. It was absolutely plugged up, and Dumas kept turning the legs and fought for 3 yards.
Coleman line up under center again here. Wouldn't be surprised if they go to Andrew Dumas to plug it up. And it looks like that's what they did. He might have gotten over. Cut short just again. Didn't quite have it. Third and inches.
The offensive line needs a big push here. They don't need to move the defensive front very far. They just need a couple of inches at this point.
Third and inches here for the Ravens. Here to snap. Cole Manning keeps the ball and gets right across the goal line. There we go. Touchdown Ravens. 5:24 in the first quarter.
Really good decision there from Cole Manning. Good play call from Coach Hafner to keep it himself and get out around the line instead of try to go back up the middle.
Yeah, that was good, as you said. That was a very good play call. We've seen the 2 previous plays right up the middle. Kind of got the Raiders off guard there.
There's a reason Cole Manning has been responsible for so many of the touchdowns scored this year. It's because he's so physical and he has the ability to run through some contact.
Here's a field goal, and that'll be a good field goal. Ravens able to put up 7 in the first quarter. We're going to take it to a quick timeout. Remember, this is TV 25, where there's always something on.
In full swing, and you need fundraising ideas. DollarsForYou.com is here to get the dollars for you. Visit DollarsForYou.com and look at all the fast and easy fundraising ideas together in one place. Check out our trash bag special right now with 40 to 50% profit.
Call now for more information, and we'll send you one of our best fundraisers, a coupon book with hundreds of dollars of money-saving coupons, a $20 value, and it's yours absolutely free if you call right now.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
And we are back. Ravens lined up, ready for the kick. Raiders deep. Here's the kick. Better kick than last time. Still on the right side of the field. Drops the ball on the kick. Misses a tackle. However, they pull him down about the 17-yard line.
Definitely a better kick there from Boyd, but got a little bit lucky. He muffed the kick a little bit there, and the Ravens set up in good field position.
Yep. That was lucky that they dropped the ball. It gives a little more extra time for the Ravens get down the field. Missed a tackle, however, still able to take him down on the 20-yard line.
Just take a glance out at the Ravens defense right now. You see people like Gabe Barfetti, Cole Manning, Andrew Dumas, Jake Wolf. You even see Seth Evans and a few others. Grant Hall, they all play on the offensive end as well.
Well, that'll be a loss of 0. Cole Manning making the tackle there.
Ravens doing a good job against the run tonight. We've only seen one rush prior to this one, but both times Ravens were in the backfield ready to make a play.
Yeah, as you said, it's kind of interesting that the Ravens' biggest players are also they play both sides of the field. There's the option offensive running back for gain of about 12 yards there up the right side of the field.
And that's something that the Raiders should continue to do. Roberts at quarterback is fairly athletic. He showed it last year when he played us. And the front four for the Ravens are really good. They're a threat on both pass rush and against the rush.
Yep. Defensive line really does a good job getting in. It's the secondary sometimes that just kind of get caught off guard, not the best position. There it is again, quarterback keeper up the middle. Couple missed tackles, gain of about 11 yards, 12 yards.
And as you
for
said,
Jack Roberts.
There were a couple missed tackles on that play. That's been one of the Ravens' biggest issues is once the ball gets into the open field, they miss a tackle, and all of a sudden maybe a 10-yard gain turns into 30 or 40.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. You see some of the linebackers, it's almost like they're just not ready for the ball, for the runner to be at them. They're just in some weird positions, and they're just not quite ready all the time. Here's a snap, Jack Roberts out of shotgun.
Ravens showing blitz here.
Quarterback keeper again, same play. However, he loses about a yard on that. Honestly, I think if they just would have, passed it off or just handed it off to the slot, they could have gotten some decent yardage off that.
It was a good call by the defensive coach from Northwest. They lined up blitz, and although they showed it a bit early, the Raiders had no response.
Nope. About 2nd and 12 here.
Ravens showing blitz again.
Looking pass this time. Gives it off. Stops him gain about 1 yard, 2 yards. Not a great gain.
Good job by Grant Hall there. He just slowed the receiver down just enough that he could get some help from some of his teammates. Ryan Andrew was in there with him, but he didn't get beat, and that's a big part of the equation.
Third and 8 for the Raiders here. Line up on the 47-yard line. Now shotgun. Quarterback looking for the option, goes up the field, right side of the field, getting about 5 yards there, 3 yards there.
To this point, another pretty good defensive possession from the Ravens. It looks like the biggest threat on the offensive side of the ball for the Raiders is going to be their quarterback doing it himself with his legs.
Yeah, Jack Roberts, a key player for the Raiders offense. So it'll be about 4th and 4, and they
watch number 8 here. He's out as a receiver. They're bringing him in.
I don't think. I don't know.
It's a great punt there from Shawnee Mission South. Got all the way down to the 1-yard line before they picked it up.
Yeah, the Ravens just didn't even have anybody all the way back. I don't think they were expecting that. Looks like some confusion from the defense there.
Kind of just a series of unlucky bounces.
Yep. But it will be on the 1-yard line for the Ravens. Some very good punt for the Raiders. Could be tricky here.
The offense needs to move with the ball just a little bit here. They still have plenty of time left in this half. Even if this drive doesn't result in a touchdown, the last thing you want to do is punt within your own red zone.
Not ideal position for the Ravens. However, we'll see if they can make something happen. Cole Manning under center. Here's a snap, looking out. And he gets completed pass for about a gain of about 10 yards. It's Cole Morse for the reception.
Another good call there from Hafner. Set up out of the same formation that they usually run the option out of, and instead of running the typical rollout pass, the RPO that they tend to run a lot, they just ran a simple slant.
That's just what the Ravens needed to get them off the goal line. Here's a snap. Cole Manning looks, gives it off to, it'll be 26, Elijah Becker.
There wasn't really anything going on that play, but it was positive yards, and that's a start. The way the Ravens' offense works, 3 or 4 yards of play gets the job done.
So the Ravens on their own 14-yard line, 2nd and 7. 3 backs. Coleman looking, gives it off to Gabe Barfetti, drops the ball, and that looks like it was received, recovered by the Raiders. And it was. Wow.
Unfortunate turn of events for the Ravens. They get pinned within their own 10-yard line on the punt, and then a simple mishandle from Barfetti. All of a sudden, the Raiders, have easy field position here.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. You see that Gabe Barfetti is having a phenomenal night so far, and just a mistake like that will most likely cost the Ravens a touchdown.
But it's early. I mean, the last thing he can let that do is change the entire game for him. He plays both sides of the ball. He has plenty of effect on this ball game. He needs to keep his head in it.
Yeah, I got to wipe his mind from that play. Can't let that bother him too much. So out of shotgun, here's a snap. Looking, that'll be a little long to the receiver.
I like the idea there from Roberts. I mean, the ball was a little far there, but he had a step on his man.
Yeah, the receiver's not too bad position. The throw is just a little long. That could be real dangerous.
Caleb White there on the coverage. Got beat just a little bit, but Shawnee Mission South didn't make him pay.
2nd and 8 here for the Raiders on the Ravens' 8-yard line. Here you go, rolling out, and that'll be a gain of about 4 yards.
The difference in that one was the missed tackle there from Andrew Dumas.
Yeah, he tackles him there, and that's a gain of about 1 yard.
One thing to pay a bit of attention to, it looks like Jake Wolf is on the table getting some medical attention. He's a key part of the offensive and defensive line.
Roberts looking out, and that'll be just long. Another great position by the receiver. Just beats his coverage.
A pretty simple fade right there. The throw was just a little bit long. It actually ended up being the difference in that one.
Yeah, 2 passes on this drive, that difference of touchdowns.
And even despite some of the help they got, the Raiders look like they're going to settle for a field goal.
That's interesting. Had really good field position, and they weren't able to make anything happen. So here's the snap and the kick, and that'll be good. 7-3 for the 7-3 score. 44 seconds in the first quarter. Ravens up. We're going to take that to a quick commercial. Remember, this is TV 25, where there's always something on.
Years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
We're back from that quick commercial break. 44 seconds left in the first half. Raiders just scored 3 points off of a field goal. They weren't able to take advantage of the field position they got by that drop toss by Gabe Barfetti. But it's still very early in the game. 7-3 Ravens are up. Looks like the kicker is communicating with the referee here just a little bit.
Like you said, the Ravens definitely got bailed out. That result could have been a lot worse. They're still maintaining this lead despite that pretty crucial mistake. And they've been moving the ball so far on offense, and they've done a good job on defense. They got that red zone stop. So there's been lots of positives tonight.
Yep.
And over the season, we've kind of seen the Ravens increase their talent and their ability to move the ball on offense and get stops on defense.
You know, I think it was just they had to find those players that that had the abilities, had the talents, and they just had to find them and give them time, give them position to shine. Here's a kick from the Raiders. That'll be a good deep kick. Drops, however, that'll still be a touchback.
And I think a big part of that whole equation with the improvement is just the strength of schedule ONW played up front. I mean, they started with Manhattan High School, who obviously has a lot of talent. They then went to Shawnee Mission East and Olathe South. So, I mean, 3 of their first 4 games were against just powerhouses in the Sunflower League. You throw in Manhattan, and all of a sudden you've got a really tough schedule. So Northwest looks to improve on the back half.
Yeah, but that's what they've been doing so far. Looking for more great plays. Gave our Freddie Andrew Dumas. I want to see Ryan Andrews come a little bit in this game. I haven't seen much of him yet. No receivers out here. And Cole Manning will give it off to Andrew Dumas. They'll regain about 4 or 5 yards there. Gain of 5.
And Andrew Dumas is pretty much has the perfect build for that role that he has this year. His entire job is just to power through that defensive line. Unfortunately, last year we saw him bust out several runs, but within this offense, his role is pretty much limited to just going straight through that line on dive plays.
Yeah, it seems like he's just serving as an extra blocker there for the offensive line. I think it's been helping him out. And that will finish up the first half. We're going to take it to a break before we start the second half. Remember, this is TV 25, where there's always something on.
There's a ray of sunshine. Where'd you get all that money?
My daddy was smart. He saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Tell a fella, where'd you get all that money?
My mommy was smart. She saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Hayes House of Music. Their house is your house. They will not be undersold.
Hayes House of Music will not be undersold.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For 35 years, Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has operated under a simple idea. It's about the relationship. That means that no matter how big or small the job is, we do it right the first time. And only Polestar has received the Midwest Partner of the Year award from Lennox. No other company can make that claim. And now get up to a $1,700 rebate on qualifying Lennox equipment. At Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, it's about the relationship. Call us today or visit polestarplumbing.com.
Able to witness a great performance by the Ravens cheerleading squad and the little girls helping out with them tonight with that little skit there. We're going to start second quarter. Ravens on their 25-yard line. 7-3, Ravens leading here. And here's a snap. Cole Manning taking the ball, going all the way up. Oh, stopped about 17 yards. Sidney Hales on the stop there.
Cole Manning is such a physical runner that, I mean, he probably shed off at least 3 defenders on his way to that 12-yard pickup.
Yeah, I think if he hadn't lowered his shoulder and tried to go through as many guys at the end there when there weren't as many defenders, he could have gotten farther up the field. Right. Just got a little self off balance. Not a problem, though, with gain about 14 yards.
It's almost like he anticipated contact that never came to him.
Yep. And there it is again, all the way up, going up the field. Almost shrugs off that last defender there. Gets on the Raiders' 40-yard line. Great run by Cole Manning there.
Fantastic tackle by Hunter Carpenter there from Shawnee Mission South. He knows that if he goes high on Cole Manning, he doesn't have a chance. Cole Manning has the arm strength to just absolutely move him at 5'11". So going for the knees and wrapping up was a great play there by the defensive back.
Yeah, smart play. Cole Manning, just as we were talking about that, the play before, kind of getting ready for some contact at a stat time, I think he kind of figured it out, didn't go for lower the shoulder and was able to get more yards off that play.
And that's part of the reason Manning has the starting job this year. He is so physical, and he has the ability to run. He has a good eye.
So Cole Manning will give that ball to Andrew Dumas. Gets a gain of about 5 yards.
And Dumas has done a fantastic job tonight. He hasn't had that 20-yard plus run that we've kind of grown accustomed to seeing from him, but he has done a fantastic job of just getting up the field and getting positive yards when really nothing is going for him.
Yeah, being more of the supporting player that the Ravens need instead of the standalone player that we've come accustomed to. There's a snap. Cole Manning will take that ball up again, get a first down for a gain of about 6 yards.
One thing that I've been really impressed with so far tonight is the tackles and guards have done a really good job from the Ravens of pulling from their position and moving around to the side the ball's going to. They've picked up some pretty key blocks, and on the run from Cole Manning a few plays ago, it was the difference in that 30-yard gain.
You know, it's just like I'm watching a completely new football team here with the offensive line. That'll be a timeout for Shawnee Mission South. We're going to take its quick timeout. Remember, this is TV 25. There's always something on.
Can your soul survive the plunge over the edge of
hell? Visit the nation's epicenter for haunted attraction, Kansas City.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Rocks, gems and minerals. Anyone can have some fun with rocks and gems and minerals.
Come have some fun with geology fans just like you at the Topeka Gem and Mineral Show.
October 13th and 14th at the Kansas Expo Center Ag Hall in Topeka.
For more information and to save $1 off the cost of admission, visit topekagms.org.
Don't miss the biggest collection of gem and mineral dealers in the area.
Everyone will have some fun with rocks, gems, and minerals at the Topeka Gem and Mineral Show.
And we're back from the timeout by the Raiders. 10:21 left in the first quarter. Ravens on the second quarter. Wow, my bad. That'll be a gain of about 4 yards from Gabe Arfetti there.
The Ravens have done a good job so far controlling the clock on the offensive side. I mean, with the exception of that turnover, they've done a great job of holding the ball, and that's really what they need to do to win football games. They need to control the clock and do a good job of moving the football.
Controlling and moving the football, yes. And they've done a pretty good job of that so far. A couple key plays like Cole Manning, Gabe Arfetti, Andrew Dumas contributed to the good. And there we go, just like that. Cole Manning for a gain of about 6 yards there.
And once again, you can see the offensive line making a great hole there. They just kind of split between that guard and tackle, and all of a sudden, there's a big gap for Cole Manning to run through.
Cole Manning just keep on finding those holes in the offensive line, doing a great job reading.
He's made lots of good decisions tonight.
So we are 3rd and 1 on the Raiders' 18-yard line. And looks like Cole Manning will just take that, gain about 3 yards to the first down there on the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I got tripped up a little bit there by Evan Gerard, who ended up on the ground after he made his block.
Not a problem, though, getting the first down there. Ryan Andrews coming in the game. Like I said before, I want to see some of that Ryan Andrews. He hasn't been passing much this game. Hasn't been a problem for the Ravens. I want to see some passing.
And typically within their offense, passing means that they're doing something wrong. They want to run the ball full time, and if it's being effective, then they're not going to move away from it.
Cole Manning will keep the ball and get about a gain of 2 yards there.
I was impressed with Manning on that play right there. One of his biggest problems this year is losing the football. Got kind of swallowed up, and when he didn't go down, the Raiders started pushing at it a little bit, and he held on.
See, the Ravens are 18-yard line on the Raiders' 18-yard line. Under center for Cole Manning. Here's a snap. Gives it off to Andrew Dumas. Wow, just like a bull out of a gun barrel there. Just got right into it. Gained about 5 yards.
And as much trouble as we gave the offensive line early in the season, they've been doing a great job tonight. As you saw, the defensive line was just split. There was nobody in front of Dumas for at least 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, I was just so surprised by how quickly Andrew Dumas got through the line. It was just like instantaneous. It just surprised me.
And that's the benefit of this offense. When the line can do their job, all of a sudden the option looks really dangerous.
Cole Manning is 3rd and about 3 yards to go. Andrew Dumas. Cole Manning drops the ball in the handoff there, but he does recover it.
That's the second fumble we saw tonight. ONW needs to do a better job of holding on to the football.
It looks like they will go for it.
And this will be a big decision for Hafner. The Ravens do get the ball back coming out of the half, and there's still plenty of time left in this second quarter. But a touchdown on the board here would kind of change the whole momentum of the ball game.
Yeah, put a little more pressure on the Raiders to score. So here we are. It's 4th and 3rd. 4th and 3rd. That's in a minute. But there's the pass. Gain of about, there will be a flag on the play, but that is a gain of about 7 yards.
It's probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct or some type of personal foul. It looked like Dumas was almost maybe punched after he hit the ground. On that little RPO there from Manning, I guess not. Looks like it'll maybe a hold for the Ravens.
That is, yeah, that's unfortunate. That was a good play.
But on that RPO there from Cole Manning, when he rolls out, if he can hit Dumas in stride and in his chest, all of a sudden that might be a touchdown instead of being stopped just short.
So it'll be 4th and 8 for the Ravens. Well, that is unfortunate. However, they looks like they still go for it here.
Hafner's making a big decision here. Their kicking has been unreliable, though.
I think I'd rather trust this offense and trust the kick. Unsure kick, but the offense is doing pretty well tonight. I think they can make this play here. Cole Manning rolling out. Not the best toss. And that'll be lost about 3. Really turnover on downs.
And once again, another mental mistake will cost the Ravens. Last drive, it was a fumble on just a simple missed catch. This drive, it was a holding call.
Yeah, resulting in the difference in touchdowns. Unfortunate. However, I think that was the way to go. You know, unsure kicking there. That wasn't a guaranteed 3 points. So turnover on downs on the Raiders' 16-yard line.
Shawnee Mission South has plenty of time to get something going. They're going to load up the line of scrimmage here.
About 6:48 in the half left. Up the left side of the field, and Hunter Carpenter takes it up for, it's like gain of 0, gain of 1 maybe.
Good play by the Raven defense. They knew it was coming. They followed the option all the way out and didn't let themselves get beat by Gabe Roberts' legs.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 still, gain of 0 yards on the play. Out of shotgun for Hunter Carpenter. For Jack Roberts, my apologies. Carpenter taking the ball up again. However, that will still be, we gain about 2 yards. 3rd and 8.
And once again, the Raven line has done a great job of maintaining this Raiders offense.
Yeah, the Ravens line, the defensive line is really strong, stopping all the run plays. There's a pass. There's a snap. Rolling out, looking for the pass. Everyone seems to be covered, and that'll be an incomplete pass.
Good play there from Grant Hall to deflect that ball right there. Didn't really have very many options for Roberts rolling out to the right.
So that'll be a 4th down, 4th and 8, so the Raiders will bring out the punt team.
On that last play, Ravens secondary held true. Earlier in the season against both Manhattan and Shawnee Mission East, some of the biggest struggles for the Ravens were getting beat deep. Receivers just beating cornerbacks off the line.
Yeah, the cornerbacks just were not positioned to be covering there. All right, here's the punt. It's a high punt, not very far. Gabe Arfetti will let that one go, rolling backwards on the 46-yard line.
Smart play there from Barfetti. Why catch the ball when it's that high? It's not going to take a good bounce for the Raiders.
No, sir. So that'll be on the 46-yard line. On the Raiders' 46-yard line. So hopefully the Ravens can actually make a play here and get down the field again and score off this drive.
5 minutes and 30 seconds left. There's plenty of time to put together a 46-yard drive. Defense has done its job tonight.
Yeah, I want to see another big drive. Some tosses to Gabe Barfetti. Making some big plays, getting some big yards here again. Here's a snap, hand off to Andrew Dumas up the middle for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
And Northwest doesn't really need to do anything special. They've done a good job of picking up those small yardage plays. Why risk anything when you can move the football inch by inch?
Right. You know, I like this role that Andrew Dumas is playing. Just serving as more of a support, going up the middle. Andrew Dumas is so strong. If he gets a hole open, he'll be able to get easily, 6 yards on any given play. That's really all you need. 2 plays of 6 yards and your first down there.
And with the amount of touches he gets, if he averages 3 to 4 yards a carry, all of a sudden 20 touches becomes 80 yards pretty quick.
So there's a toss out to Gabe Barfetti. However, not quite enough for a first down there. Defensive catch on just pushing him out to towards the line there.
Nair from the Raiders was not having any of Barfetti. He put him on the ground.
Yeah, big hit. So we got 3rd and 3 here for the Ravens. 4:20 left in the first half. Under snap, under center. Here's a snap. Coleman will keep the ball, go up the middle, first down. Gets about 6 yards on the play.
And that's the kind of sequence I like to see from the Ravens. They are a 3-down football team. They will take all 3 downs, first, second, and third, to get 10 yards, and they have no problem doing so.
Nope, that's exactly what you need too. Good run by Andrew Dumas right at the middle. Barfetti didn't have the best yards, however, kind of got the defense off guard, and then offensive line opened the hole for Cole Manning to get a first and some.
Ravens need to pick up the pace a little bit. They've only almost spent 2 full minutes picking up 10 yards.
Coleman tried to go up the middle, shakes off 1 tackle, however, it looks like he'll lose about a yard there.
And that was the first real breakdown we've seen from the offensive line. One of the biggest problems earlier in the year was after Manning would make the first read, there would be a defensive player in the backfield ready to make a play. We saw that right there, but that was the first time tonight.
Yeah, that's like watching an earlier game of the season there. That happened constantly in the earlier games. Haven't seen that yet tonight except for that first play right there.
Look for the Ravens to start to get a little bit more aggressive here for the remainder of this half.
Cole Manning rolling out, have some coverage there, and no, that's got to be on the ground.
Regardless, not a great decision from Manning. He needs to know, and it just comes from a little bit of maturity, but he needs to know to just throw the ball away in that situation. There's nothing good that comes from throwing the ball into coverage, especially while you're on the run.
No, that'll be incomplete pass. 3rd and 9 still. Not, like you said, not a great decision by Cole Manning. He could just thrown it outside to the sideline there, just throwing the ball away. Didn't have any kind of no receivers open. So
one benefit, the clock does stop, and the Ravens will have a chance to set up here with 2 minutes and 54 seconds left.
Yeah, give themselves a chance to settle here. Under center, Cole Manning giving up to Andrew Dumas. Andrew Dumas goes all the way up, shakes off about a tackle, gains a good 15, 20 yards on that play, up on the Raiders' 13-yard line. Wow. He is just so incredibly quick up the middle.
And it's a great combination of quickness and power, because once he breaks through that initial tackler, all of a sudden he's picked up 15 yards in what seems like a split second.
That was so quick. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the Raiders' 13-yard line.
And the Ravens are 1 for 2 tonight in the red zone. Let's see if they can get it done here.
There's a handoff to Andrew Dumas again. Maybe a gain of about 4.
Kendall McNeil and a few other linemen need to be a little bit careful. The play was over, and they started hitting people. That turns into a personal foul pretty quick.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Ravens on the Raiders' 10-yard line. Here's a snap. Hands it up to Cole Manning. Takes the ball, gets about 3 yards on that play.
Look for the Ravens to get a little bit more creative here. Down here in the red zone, they tend to stray away from the typical option they like to run.
Yeah, I want to see the offensive line open with a hole for Andrew Dumas to run through. Trying to get him a touchdown this game.
Cole Manning's a likely candidate to keep it here.
Gives off to Andrew Dumas, and that will be a touchdown for Andrew Dumas. Offensive line opened up the hole. They did a phenomenal job getting holes open for Andrew Dumas and Cole Manning this game.
Great job by Dumas to carry some defensive backs into the end zone. It's a big touchdown to pick up with only a minute left until the half.
Yep, that's a big play for the Ravens. That will be 13 and 3 with a minute 10 left in the first half. Going for the kick here. See what happens with this. And
we're gonna get him for a false start.
How I don't understand how that happens.
The blocker on the far side, the far right edge of the line, just moved a little bit, flinched prior to the snap.
Here's a snap, and that kicks. Looks like it will be good, and it is good. 14-3, minute 10 left in the first half. So we're going to take it to a quick timeout. Remember, this is TV 25, but there's always something on.
School's back in session, your activities are in full swing, and you need fundraising ideas. DollarsForYou.com is here to get the dollars for you. Visit DollarsForYou.com and look at all the fast and easy fundraising ideas together in one place. Check out our trash bag special right now with 40 to 50% profit.
Call now for more information, and we'll send you one of our best fundraisers, a coupon book with hundreds of dollars of money-saving coupons, a $20 value, and it's yours absolutely free if you call right now.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's all.
Ravens just scored with a minute 10 left in the first half there. And there's the kick. Not a great kick. That'll be a fair kick. Fair catch by Sean Kirby.
Not a bad idea from Connor Boyd there. Just keep the ball on balance. Don't give away free yards. Ravens looking to hold serve on the defensive side here. They just need to stop. All they have to do is prevent Shawnee Mission South from getting on the board in a minute.
Yeah, the defense has done a pretty good job so far of holding the Raiders' offense so far this game.
And if you're the Raiders, you have to take it for the half ends. Lots of empty back formations. Roberts is going to spend a lot of time in the backfield by himself. The Raven defensive corners, they're going to back off the receivers a little bit. They'll give up the short pass to prevent the long one.
Looking deep, and that will be caught by the Raiders. Wow, that was a deep pass, 75 yards to the Raiders in that one play. It took about 15 seconds for that to happen at the end of the first half.
And the zone coverage there just got absolutely picked apart. No one stuck with their man. That left Ryan Andrew in the middle of the field to basically cover 3 receivers, and then he didn't get quite aggressive enough when in the air. He could have possibly made the play or the tackle and missed them both.
Yeah, that's unfortunate at the end of the first half. See if after this field goal, if the Ravens can answer and maybe get themselves a 15-second touchdown.
If you're the Ravens at this point, you kind of just need to take the ball and not lose it before the end of the half. You have the lead, 14-10. You're going to get you're going to receive after we return from the half. So Ravens just need to hold on to the football and not make any mistakes before the half ends.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. If they would have gone at the end of the first half, they would have gone halftime with that 14-3 lead. That could have been a game changer potentially. Had the momentum.
And especially with the way that the touchdown came, it kind of sucks all the wind out of the Ravens sideline. I mean, it took one play. It was a great pass in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you see something like that, tends to, crush the spirits a little bit after a big drive from the Ravens getting a touchdown there. See if the Ravens can answer. Really just trying to hold on to the ball, but if something happens and they can make a big play here, they should be going for it.
They won't shy away from the opportunity to take a touchdown and put one on the board. But the way the Ravens play, it tends to be a more conservative style of football, so they probably won't be taking any big shots before the end of the half.
Yeah, haven't seen many passes anyway. The really only chance is to get a run on the outside of the field. We'll see on this kick. It's a deep kick, however, that's a little short. Looks like he may have gotten up the field a few more yards, but that'll be 25. It's a great run, though.
Yeah, one missed tackle away from breaking that open. He had a good head of steam going for him.
It's a 25-yard line. First and 10. I think they might just be. They might go for one play and just take a knee here. And that'll be a false start on the offense. First and 15 on the Ravens 20.
And although the Ravens might not necessarily be looking to score on this drive, those are just mistakes that can't be the Ravens, especially with some of the struggles that they've had this year to move the ball. They haven't had so many of those tonight, but mistakes like that ended up costing.
Yeah, it shows a lack of mental discipline when things don't quite go their way. They need to, keep their heads high. They're still up in the game, and just shy away from mental mistakes like that. Another play, Andrew Dumas, or Cole Manning will keep that ball for gain about 11 yards.
Good pickup there from Manning. Another good job of covering up the football and not coughing it up as the clock ticks under 30 seconds.
So the Ravens will hurry up to get one more play here before the half ends. Cole Manning under center takes a snap. Hands it off to Andrew Dumas. Andrew Dumas will get it. He'll be just short, gain about 4 yards on the play. And that will end the first half. So that will be the end of the first half. It is 14-10. Ravens up. Some big plays by the Ravens. Just didn't quite have the ability to finish off a couple key. They just didn't capitalize on the chance they had in the red zone. So we'll take a break for halftime. You guys will be able to watch the halftime.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
There's a ray of sunshine. Where'd you get all that money?
My daddy was smart. He saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Tell a fella, where'd you get all that money?
My mommy was smart. She saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Hayes House of Music. Their house is your house. They will not be undersold.
Hayes House of Music will not be undersold.
Competition. From One, Many is a conceptual show that plays with the title idea in both its music and visual construction. Bach's Little Fugue in G is a primary focus. We have also some fun in the Three Dog Night, One is the Loneliest Number, and original music by our esteemed arranger and composer, Mr. Aaron Guidry. Olathe Northwest is proud to share with you, From One, Many. The field is yours. at Olathe Northwest, we would like to share our sincere thanks and heartfelt appreciation for our supporting area directors. Thanks especially to our band booster volunteers and the Raven Pride Roadies for their countless hours of support tonight and in everything we do. And our greatest thanks goes to you for being here to support the outstanding student musicians of the Raven Pride Marching Band and our guests this evening, the Summit Trail Sabercat Marching Band and their director, Mr. Josh Hankey.
School's back in session, your activities are in full swing, and you need fundraising ideas. DollarsForYou.com is here to get the dollars for you. Visit DollarsForYou.com and look at all the fast and easy fundraising ideas together in one place. Check out our trash bag special right now with 40 to 50% profit.
Call now for more information, and we'll send you one of our best fundraisers, a coupon book with hundreds of dollars of money-saving coupons, a $20 value, and it's yours absolutely free if you call right now.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest, so a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Just a ray of sunshine. Where'd you get all that money?
My daddy was smart. He saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Tell a fella, where'd you get all that money?
My mommy was smart. She saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Hayes House of Music. Their house is your house. They will not be undersold.
Hayes House of Music will not be undersold.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For 35 years, Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has operated under a simple idea. It's about the relationship. That means that no matter how big or small the job is, we do it right the first time. And only Polestar has received the Midwest Partner of the Year award from Lennox. No other company can make that claim. And now get up to a $1,700 rebate on qualifying Lennox equipment. At Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, it's about the relationship. Call us today or visit polestarplumbing.com.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Can your soul survive the plunge over the edge of
Visit the nation's epicenter for haunted attraction, Kansas City.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The Olathe Northwest Ravens game against Shawnee Mission South Raiders. The Ravens lead 14-10. Started the second half. We are going to send it to Andrew Tracy right now for the sideline report.
Now go to Andrew.
Thanks, guys. The Ravens have been running their signature triple option offense this game. It's worked with great success. As you can see, they have 2 touchdowns on the board. The Raiders are not going to stop this, as we see right now. And last game, it got them nearly 400 rushing yards. So this is going to be an interesting game. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Andrew, for the detailed report. Here's the kickoff by the Raiders. About the 25-yard line. Gabe Arfetti is going to take it up there.
Grant Hall.
My apologies. Grant Hall takes it up for about a 4-yard run off the kickoff.
Harrison and Sam Macklin. Ravens will take over 1st and 10 from.
And as the Ravens take over for their first offensive possession of the second half, let's see what they have going for them. Last half, the story was all Andrew Dumas on the 4 or 5 yard runs, and then a couple long plays from Cole Manning as he would get around a tackle.
Yeah, just offensive line was making some great plays, opening up holes for the offense. I mean, for the for the running backs, Cole Manning and Andrew Dumas had some great drives from the offensive line. Here's a snap going up to Andrew Dumas, just like we said right there. Gaining about 4 yards, Andrew Dumas got there.
And why move away from what works? I say just keep going with Dumas right up the middle. 5-yard gains seem to be getting it done, and first downs are first downs.
Yep. Ravens are in no rush to keep scoring. They have the lead. If they can just keep the game at a decent pace, score a couple times and hold the Raiders, they will have no problem winning this game. Here's a snap. Cole Manning keeps it, tosses it off to Gabe Barfetti. Gabe Barfetti runs up the field. Off to the 40, almost the 40-yard line. Almost gets a first down.
Good fight there by Barfetti to pick up the yards he picked up. Cole Manning made a really great play there. He made the defensive end commit to him instead of Barfetti and waited till the last possible instant to make the pitch. That made the difference in that play.
Yeah, that's where that pitch, that option can just be so deadly. The defensive end to commit, and really you just leave up and you're hoping the outside linebackers are following that play. That's what we saw earlier in the game. The defensive outside linebackers were not there, and Gabe Barfetti had some big runs at the beginning of the game. Here's a snap by Cole Manning. Keeps it again. Goes up, gets a first down. First down and about 5 or 6 more yards. Wow, Cole Manning, just a big guy, an athlete, able to carry about 3 defenders there.
And I've been really impressed by all the ball carriers from Northwest tonight. They've been fighting for every single yard they get. Dumas has done a great job of dragging people. Manning's fought through some contact, and even some of the smaller backs have really absorbed some of the hits they've taken.
Yeah, well, it helps when your quarterback or running back are about 220 pounds each, able to drag some of those 5'11", 5'10" defenders. Cole Manning, center, takes a snap, again keeps the ball. However, only able to get about 2 or 3 yards on the play.
And that physical backfield that we've been discussing for the past few seconds, that's what makes or breaks an offensive team like Northwest. When you run the option to the degree that Northwest runs it, you have to have guys that can absorb some contact or you'll get shut down a lot of your plays.
I want to see another outside toss option to Gabe Barfetti.
That's one thing we have yet to see on this drive. There's been lots of runs up the middle, and it's been picking up yardage, but there's not been a big play yet.
Cole Manning keep the ball, give it off to Elijah Becker. Elijah Becker gains about, about 30 yards there.
Looks like they might get Barfetti for holding. He ended up with a defender on top of him, kind of dragged him to the ground there. That's the mistake Ravens don't need. I mean, Barfetti had him completely sealed off. Becker was already around him when the penalty flag was thrown.
Just you see some mistakes like that all the way up in the professionals, and that's unfortunate. That was a great run by Elijah Becker to gain about 25, 30 yards there. That could have been a big play for the Raven for this drive.
Especially for the holding to occur in the secondary like it did. I mean, the play had already developed. Becker probably gets that edge regardless of whether Brown has the hold or not, or Barfetti, excuse me.
So now will be a 2nd and 13 on the own Ravens 42-yard line.
And with the one-dimensional, well, I guess not one-dimensional, but with the offense that the Ravens have where they kind of pound the ball on the ground, 2nd and distance is not a great down and distance to have. I mean, you don't have very many options at this point. Probably somewhere within the next 2 plays they'll have to go to the air, which is something that they're not overly comfortable with doing.
No, one of their big receivers is Ryan Andrews, and he's trying to get out there. Cole Manning breaks a couple tackles, can't make anything happen, so he's just going for the run game. Gains about 7 yards. There is a flag there. It might be a late hit.
And Cole Manning did a great job to keep that play alive on the little RPO. in most situations, you kind of have to just get rid of that ball quick or the play kind of falls apart. Flag will go again on the Ravens.
So that will not be a late hit. That'll be another holding there. Block in the back. That's a bit of a gut punch there. It is now 2nd and long for the Ravens.
Luckily for Northwest, they haven't lost it down, just some yardage. But like you mentioned, some of these mistakes are going to start to add up here. They've gotten a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, just some mental mistakes. Just unnecessary. So Cole Manning again looking there. Gives to Gabe Arfetti. Gabe Arfetti gets a good amount of yardage, about 13 yards on the play.
A nice physical run there. He ran into lots of contact but fought through all of it before he was eventually pile-drived into the sideline. He got the Ravens back to their original line of scrimmage, but still 3rd down and long for the Ravens.
Yeah, we got 3rd and 9. It's unfortunate, you know, you see there's, you know, been 3 good plays. 3 good of the last 3 plays have been really good. The first 2 were just, you know, riddled with mistakes and flags. The big play by Elijah Becker, and then Cole Manning able to scramble and get back up to the original 1st down spot.
Expect for the Ravens to go to the air here. Let's see what Hafner has drawn up.
It will be Cole Manning dropping back. And that'll be long. Connor Boyd just couldn't find it there. Just a long pass. 4th and 9 on the 46-yard line. Ravens will be forced to punt here.
Pass, there's just nothing really going out in the secondary. The Shawnee Mission South defense kind of had all the receivers swallowed up. Man, he didn't have very many options until he got some pressure.
Yeah, he had a decent amount of time originally, but the coverage by Shawnee Mission South is really good. Yeah.
Connor Boyd needs to put a good kick on the ball here. Put Raiders in some uncomfortable field position.
Got a Raider deep on the 15-yard line.
Really fantastic play by Connor Boyd there to pick up that that snap. It's tough off the bounce, but he made it work, pinning the Raiders inside their red zone.
Yeah, that'll be a shallow. That was a shallow kick, but it had a distance in the roll it needed to put the Raiders on their own 17-yard line.
Hopefully the Ravens can come back with the defensive stops that they've had in the first half and continue into the second. They did a great job of keeping points off the board if you exclude that long touchdown pass at the end of the second quarter. That was the only breakdown that they've had so far tonight. Let's hope they can bounce back a little bit here.
Yeah, really need this offensive line. I mean, defensive line to hold here. And, you know, we've seen that a couple of times so far, where the defensive line does a good job, you know, blocking the holes, but then the linebackers aren't quite in the position or ready to tackle.
Yeah. Cole Morris got caught, Seth Evans got caught a little bit too far outside there on the close end. Running back Briscoe made a nice cut up the field to pick up 9 yards.
Here's the snap again. Gives it off to Briscoe. That will be a 1st down. 1st down on the Raiders' 29-yard line.
Unfortunately, Connor Boyd's helmet will come off. He'll have to exit for a play. He's a big part of that defense.
Connor Boyd, Cole Manning, Jake Wolf, Andrew Dumas, the big key players on the Ravens defense.
We haven't seen Jake Wolf since early in this ball game. He was on the trainer's table pretty early, and we haven't seen much from him since.
Rolling out, looking for the pass. Unfortunately, goes down. That'd be a loss of about 5 yards.
Some good pressure there from Sadler and Evans to force Roberts to the turf. Big play, big sack for the Ravens there.
Yep, just scrambling, just took himself down. So it'll be 2nd and 16 for the Raiders on their own 23-yard line. Here's a snap from shotgun. Roberts rolling out. Goes down again. Great, you know, rushing from the defensive line.
Yeah, they've not been fooled at all. I mean, the defense shifts well with the option. It seems to be pretty obvious when the Raiders are set up to pass or when they're in the option, when they're going towards that option play.
Yeah, defensive line doing a really good job of blocking all holes and, you know, putting some big coverage on the offensive line. Rolling back again. More pressure from the defensive line. Jack Roberts having to roll out here. However, he makes a big play. Manages to gain about 10 yards.
Unfortunately, the Raiders have not made great advantage of the spread offense they run. After Roberts picks up the first down, that's the first real spread type play that we've seen with the exception of the Hail Mary.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a problem this season, this entire season. It's the Ravens secondaries.
And going off of that, one of the best ways to beat the Ravens is just to throw short passes across the middle or screen passes.
And Jack Roberts managed to break about 3 tackles there. Gets off on the sideline on the Ravens' 25-yard line.
And, I mean, right here on this drive, a lot of the issues with the Raven defense have shown missed tackles. And like you were just saying, the secondary has been a problem. The way to beat the Ravens is short passes like slant routes across the middle because, like we just saw, the Ravens struggle to make tackles in the open field in one situations.
Yeah, just the defense just isn't in the right position. They just don't seem ready to tackle. Just interesting. So the Raiders will be on the Ravens' 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Out of shotgun, gives to Brisket. Will be a false start, most likely.
And that's the worst possible way to follow up that big run from Roberts there. It was a mistake on the line.
Yeah, it kills momentum. So now it'll be 1st and 15 on the 31-yard line. Jack Roberts out of shotgun.
They're going to run the same play. The Raiders have relied pretty heavily on either that read option or that speed option out to the left side. Most of their yardage has come through those 2 plays.
We gain about 5 yards there, puts him back up. It is now 1st and 10 again. And Jack Roberts is such an athletic player, able to make plays, and been the majority of the Raiders' plays this game. A gain of 8 from Jack Roberts.
There must be a problem with the helmet of Connor Boyd. That's the 2nd time this drive that it's fallen off. Expect for the remainder of this drive a lot more designed quarterback runs. They've had success with it so far, so why go away from it?
Here's a snap, a fake, and that will be most likely a pass interference.
And that seems to be a pretty easy call. The defensive back kind of had his hands on him, and when the ball goes in the air and you're grabbing your receiver, it's a pretty obvious call for this man in stripes.
And that'll be an easy 1st down for the Raiders. Put them 1st and goal.
Earlier tonight, the Ravens held up when in this position. After the fumble in the 1st quarter, the defense did not allow the ball into the end zone. Let's see if they can pick up a stop right here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them pull up the same thing. Roberts rolling to the left side, brought down, about gain of 3 yards.
If you look at the Ravens defense, they've been on the field a long time. There's lots of hands on hips. They're starting to get tired. A lot of these guys play both sides of the ball, as we've mentioned. They play offense and defense. Starting to show a little bit on this drive.
Jack Roberts from shotgun rolls out, tosses it to running back, and that'll be a touchdown for the Raiders.
A pretty impressive play there from the Raiders. You see Ryan Andrew in the backfield. He just barely missed a tackle there as they go into the end zone. I really like the second read there on that play from the Raiders.
Will Huggins in to attempt the point after.
So it'll be 14-16. Raiders are now leading with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Raiders lining up for the kick. And here's the kick by the Raiders. And that looks like it'll be good.
And the kick is good with 3:56 to go in the third quarter. The score
So 3:56 left in the third quarter. 14-17, Ravens trailing.
On that possession, the Raiders basically got whatever they wanted on the offensive side of the ball. ONW needs to respond here pretty quick, keep the ball moving. One advantage that they have in their offensive scheme is the ability to control the clock. And there's about 16 minutes of regulation time left in tonight's ball game. They need to spend at least 5 or 6 minutes controlling the clock, but finish the drive with points on the board.
Yeah, we need another big play there. Stop short last drive. Need some more big plays by Cole Manning, Barfetti, and Andrew Dumas here.
Number 19, Chase Brown deep for Olathe.
The offensive line's been doing a pretty good job so far this game, creating holes, spaces for Andrew Dumas and Cole Manning to break through. And here's the kick. It's about the 25-yard line, and that's a fair catch.
And a new rule in high school, wherever you catch the ball, the fair catch is spotted at the 25. Good decision there from Bryce Johnson.
So that appears to be spotted at the 22-yard line. So the Ravens will have it on their own 22-yard line. Nevertheless, fair catch by Bryce Johnson there. Coleman again under center has been going the entire game.
Andrew Dumas is getting a breather. He's not on the field right now.
And snap, Coleman able to pick up 2 or 3 yards there. Andrew Dumas now going out on the field. Cole Manning appears to be having some issues right now.
And that's an issue. The Ravens have never really spoke of a backup quarterback. We're not entirely sure who that would be in this kind of situation. Not a good injury from the Ravens.
Nope.
Hopefully it's just a cramp.
It looks like it may just be a cramp. We're actually going to go injury timeout. Remember, this is TV 25, where there's always something on.
On the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
There's a ray of sunshine. Where'd you get all that money?
My daddy was smart. He saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Tell a fella, where'd you get all that money?
My mommy was smart. She saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Hayes House of Music. Their house is your house. They will not be undersold.
Hayes House of Music will not be undersold.
with more.
We are back. Mason Sadler has now subbed in for Cole Manning. It appears to be injury with his leg, maybe his foot or knee. Mason Sadler rolling out, gives it to Elijah Becker going up the right side, gaining about 5 yards.
And a big tackle on the far sideline. South needs to be a little bit careful. The tackle was clean, but there might have been a bit of talking over there. Let's see how Mason Sadler performs at quarterback. There's been really no speak of any backup almost at all. It's been Cole Manning all the way.
It's 3rd and 3 from the 29.
Yeah, it goes from having a big presence, Cole Manning on the field, 6'3", 220, to Mason Sadler, 5'10", and about 180.
But Sadler will be the future of the program, so we'll see how this works out.
So it looks like a little bit of difficulty with that handoff right there.
Maybe just a touch of miscommunication.
That will be gain of 2 on the play, 4th and 1. I'll see what the Ravens are going to do here.
At this point, the Ravens need to go for it. They're starting to get a little bit fatigued, and that means that the defense may not be as reliable as it was in the first half. All they need is a yard.
They will be going for it, looks like. If they're not able to capitalize here, that could be another touchdown, and could be a big factor in the game. However, Sadler is sacked. Lost about 3 yards there, so that will be a turnover on downs on the Ravens' 30-yard line.
And yet another miscommunication for the young quarterback. That is a problem with this offense. It takes a while to figure out, and if you haven't had quite the reps as maybe some of the more experienced guys, sometimes those different plays get a bit confusing.
Yeah, you kind of got to feel bad for Mason Sadler there, just kind of thrown into the mix.
On that play, it just looks like he almost missed the handoff. He didn't get the ball there quite quick enough, and the defensive line was right there to swallow him up.
Yeah, sometimes the problem when Dumas used to certain way handoffs from Cole Manning, and then you throw a different quarterback in there, it could just be a bit of a change he's not used to. The Ravens calling for a timeout here.
Not quite sure what the confusion is.
I think they only have 10 players on the field right now. Yeah, only 10 players on the field right now. Oh, we're actually going to send this down to our sideline reporter, Andrew Tracy, right now.
Thanks, guys. That injury that Cole Manning sustained seems to only be a leg cramp. He might get back in there next possession. We'll have to see, but for now, Mason Sadler's in at quarterback, and it looks like he'll do a great job. But now we're on defense. Back to you.
Thank you, Andrew, for that insightful bit of commentary there. So the Raiders actually got a first down, gain of about 15 yards there on the play.
So hopefully, as Andrew said, that injury to Cole Manning is not as serious as it appeared when he came off the field. His leg looked a little stiff, but luckily he was being stretched out, which means there's nothing, hopefully, internally wrong.
Here's a snap by the Raiders here. Jack Roberts taking it up, gain of about 2 yards on that play.
Good play by some linemen. Number 57, Caleb McCall, was right there.
Caleb McCall, gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9.
It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Raiders on the 14-yard line.
And now with Manning out of the game, Dumas is calling a lot of the plays on the defensive side.
And it looks like Hunter Carpenter will take that ball right up the middle into the end zone. Take the game 14-23 with 1 minute left in the third quarter.
And kind of a really unfortunate turn of events there for the Ravens. You have the Hail Mary touchdown towards the end of the half that was pretty much the result of a turnover. And then we watch Cole Manning go down with a leg injury, and now a 3-and-out and a touchdown from the Raiders.
Really kick for the Raiders here. And that is good. It's now 14-24. Ravens are trailing with 1 minute left in the third quarter.
And that can just show how big momentum can actually be. I mean, that touchdown right before the half kind of shifted the entire game in favor of the Raiders.
All right, we're going to take that to a quick break. Remember, this is TV 25. There's also something on.
Premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States. We are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For 35 years, Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has operated under a simple idea. It's about the relationship. That means that no matter how big or small the job is, we do it right the first time. And only Polestar has received the Midwest Partner of the Year award from Lennox. No other company can make that claim. And now get up to a $1,700 rebate on qualifying Lennox equipment. At Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, it's about the relationship. Call us today or visit polestarplumbing.com.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV.
We're back. So the Raiders will recover their own kick on that play. Looks like the Ravens were caught off guard somehow, and weren't ready for the return.
And that's something that I'm really struggling to understand. The short kick's been the story of the night for the Raiders. It's been on the far sideline, or excuse me, on the left side of the field pretty much the entire night. There hasn't been a kick that got past the 30-yard line. So the fact that they were surprised, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate. If you take a glance down at the sideline, now Connor Boyd's being stretched out. Another key member of that defense. They're looking at his knee.
Yep.
All of a sudden, those two-way players are starting to wear a little thin.
Here it is, the Raiders on the 34. It's a long pass by Jack Roberts, and that'll just be long. Sam McLean was wide open. Not a lot of coverage on him. However, that pass was just a little long.
Macklin had Caleb White absolutely burnt down the sideline. He had 3 steps on him, and a good pass is a touchdown there. That's one thing that I'm not really so sure about this Raiders offense. They haven't thrown the ball as much as I thought they would or should have. I mean, Roberts doesn't have a bad arm, and short passes beat the Ravens most times.
Jack Roberts breaking out 2 tackles there. Gains about 5 yards on the play.
And once again, there was a Raven in the area in the backfield. Roberts made one good cut, and all of a sudden, he had 4 yards.
Running up on the end of the third quarter here. And
Raiders seem to have some confusion. Ravens show blitz, but back off.
Option toss, and that'll be a gain of about 20, almost 20 yards there. However, there is a flag on the play.
Looks like they're going to get holding on the Raiders. The Ravens are going to get a bit of a break here.
Signal is holding against the Raiders.
Holding. Offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 3rd down.
After the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 4 from the 27.
So there's now 3rd and 4 on the 27-yard line. 6 seconds left in the third quarter, and we'll just take that'll just take it to the end of the third quarter there.
In the fourth quarter, the Ravens need a quick stop, and they need to get on the board quick. They have 2 scores that they have to pick up in the next 12 minutes.
All right, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. We'll take it to a quick break. Remember, this is TV 25, where there's always something on.
And your soul survived the plunge over the edge of hell.
Visit the nation's epicenter for haunted attraction, Kansas City.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Rocks and gems and minerals, rocks and gems and minerals. Anyone can have some fun with rocks and gems and minerals.
Come have some fun with geology fans just like you at the Topeka Gem and Mineral Show.
October 13th and 14th at the Kansas Expo Center Ag Hall in Topeka.
For more information and to save $1 off the cost of admission, visit topekagms.org.
Don't miss the biggest collection of gem and mineral dealers in the area.
Everyone will have some fun with rocks, gems, and minerals at the Topeka Gem and Mineral.
We are back. Field in of about 15 yards there. Jack Roberts keeping the ball.
And that's not quite the start you want to see to the fourth quarter. Ravens down 2 scores. The last thing that they can allow is a touchdown here on this possession.
Jack, unfortunately, I think that may be what happens here. The Ravens defense struggling here. They seem to get tired. A lot of players playing both ways on the field. Jack Roberts to the snap. Keeps the ball. Goes to the field. Gets tackled by number 57. Caleb McCall.
Good job getting in the backfield there by the Ravens. As you can see, lots of hands on hips, things like that. Defense starting to look a lot. Offense has not, between offense going 3 and out and some miscommunications and fumbles on kickoff, defense has spent a lot of time on the field.
Here's a snap by Jack Roberts. Jack Roberts tossing it up. And that looks like it'll be another touchdown. Touchdown for Hunter Carpenter. Making it 14-30 with 11 minutes in the first quarter.
And that's just really a killer for the Ravens. Now at this point, it's a 3-touchdown game. Their offense just isn't built to score quickly.
No.
Especially with the backup quarterback, you wonder if he can really carry the weight of this now what's going to become a passing attack for the Ravens.
And the kick will be good for the Raiders there. 14-31, 10:49 left in the fourth quarter.
Following the conclusion of the Shawnee Mission South Olathe Northwest game, we'll be bringing you the Glow Show. The band's going to perform again after the game. We'll turn out the lights here at Seaback. We'll have a spectacle just for you.
Yeah, quite the show it will be. Quite the Glow Show it will be. Raiders for the kick here. Short kick. Out of bounds. It'll be a penalty.
And luckily for the Ravens, it got out of bounds. The offside kick actually looked pretty good. Ravens are going to get some pretty good field position here. Raiders are helping them out. They need to take advantage of this field position, and Cole Manning will re-enter at quarterback.
That took a little weight off the off the Ravens' shoulders here with Cole Manning back in the game. Cole Manning going off. Here's the toss. Up the field. Gets about 10 yards on the play. There's the first down.
Elijah Becker with the carry. Flag on the play.
Oh, we're actually going to take it down to our sideline reporter, Andrew Tracy, right now.
Thank you, guys. Tempers are flaring for the Ravens on the sidelines right now. Multiple apparently missed calls by the refs, but that's just part of football. A big one being on that kickoff a couple possessions ago. They missed the call where the Raiders onsided it and caught it before the ball hit the ground, so then it was not live. But they just went through with it, gave it the Raiders ball, and that led to a touchdown. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Andrew. Ravens are now 1st and 10 here. Looking for the toss. However, Cole Manning decides to keep it and loses about a yard on the play.
I don't mind the play call there by the Ravens, but Manning turned the wrong way out of the snap. Barfetti was moving off to the left. Manning turned to the right looking for the pitch. If the ball gets there early, the Ravens really do have a chance to break it out outside.
So it's 2nd and 11 for the Ravens here.
If you look carefully, it looks like number 88, Ryan Andrews, struggling to move around a little bit. The ankle looks a little bit stiff.
Manning keeps the ball on the play.
It's flag on the play, but it looks like Cole was just shy of the first down.
Number 52, Kendall McNeil's holding his left arm.
So they face mask on the defense, half of the distance to the goal line. That'll set him up on the Raiders' 12-yard line. This will be a chance for the Ravens to score here.
That's a big penalty, and it makes a big difference when you have to tackle somebody like Cole Manning. That's just the impact that his physicality has on this game.
Here's a snap at Cole Manning. Gives up to Andrew Dumas. Andrew Dumas going up the field. Gets a touchdown. There we go.
And the Ravens are back in this ball game. Nice little run by Dumas, avoiding tackles here and there.
For sure, that's exactly what you want to see. The limited fans that are still here are now very excited to be back in this game.
Unfortunately, the Ravens are still 2 full drives away from taking over this game. At the very least, they need another touchdown and a field goal.
Line up for the kick here. And low, but it will be good. Now it's 21-31. Ravens trailing by 10 with 9 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, Connor Boyd will find a way to sneak that one through. I think a lot of the problems on PATs and field goals comes from the snap. Tyler McCoach, the placeholder, it's never right where he has his hands. He always has to make some sort of adjustment, and that might play into some of the kicks we've seen go awry.
The big play for the Ravens there. Gives them the ability to get back in this game. If they can hold the Raiders on defense, get more big drives.
And the defense has carried quite the workload tonight between turnovers and just amount of time spent on the field. They've had a lot of work cut out for them. Let's see what they can do out of the break. See if the Ravens get aggressive and go for an onside kick.
Doesn't seem to be the case. Nevertheless, still not a bad kick. Raiders take it about 10 yards from the 20-yard line, 32-yard line.
Tackled by Jesse Duckworth. Raiders will take over 1st and 10 from the 33.
on this drive right here, expect a lot to be on the ground. Roberts has done a fantastic job of not only extending plays, but making things happen with his legs. Don't expect them to do anything different here on this drive, especially since now they're in the driver's seat. They're going to try to burn some clock. Northwest very badly needs a 3 and out. They need lots of time left to put this comeback together.
So Briscoe will take it about 6 yards up the field. Second and about 4 there.
Gain of 8 on the play. It's 2nd and 2 from the 41.
Marquez Briscoe again taking it up the field, gets about first down. Gain of about 6 yards.
One thing that Briscoe has done a really good job of is he's been athletic enough to change the play a little bit. I mean, on that read, it's designed that he moves off to the right, but when he sees that the line's a little bit crowded on that side, he makes one cut back to the left side, misdirects a little bit, and picks up big yards.
And here's a snap for Roberts. Gives it to Briscoe. Oh, keeps the ball again, actually. Up the field. First down and then some. Gains about 17 yards there.
Number 88, Ryan Andrew, really struggling with that leg now. He's limping quite a bit. Jack Roberts really exploded there.
Raiders really pushing hard here for a touchdown. And that'll be a gain of about 6 yards with Marquez Briscoe there up the field.
Gain of 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 6.
Raiders moving the ball pretty well right here. The read option's proving to be fairly effective. That's all they've run on this drive. Nothing else. They haven't made a change yet. It's been the same play nearly every time. They just switch which side Briscoe starts on.
And Jack Roberts had a shotgun here. Keeps it. Tries to go to the right side of the field. Gets stopped all the way up. And with great speed, takes up the left side of the field after getting stopped on the right side of the field for another Raiders touchdown.
And another just missed tackle in the backfield. We had an opportunity to bring him down. A pretty easy sidestep there from Roberts takes him into the end zone.
However, there was a flag on the play, and there's a holding flag. So we will get a repeat of that play. Hopefully the Ravens figure it out here and keep this touchdown from happening again.
After the penalty, it'll be 2nd and 12 from the 44.
Expect Shawnee Mission South to run that read option again. If they don't get anything going, they'll go to the air, but they've picked up big yards on the ground.
Marquez Briscoe gets about 2 yards on the play there.
With the carry, tackled by
A little bit of deviation.
gain of 2 on the play. It's 3rd and 15 from the 42.
Shawnee Mission South badly wants to keep this drive alive. The last thing they want to do is give the ball up with 6.5 minutes left. That's still plenty of time to put 2 scores on the board.
And snack to Jap Roberts. Toss it to Marquez Briscoe up the right side of the field. Have a great stop by Grant Hall on the right side of the field. Still a gain of about 6 yards, 6-7 yards there, but Grant Hall making a great play on the right side of the field.
And that really is a great play, especially in the open field when you have no one there to help you out. To make that play becomes a big deal. There was no one really there behind him. If he doesn't make that stop, there's another 7 yards tagged onto that for a first down. I like the decision from head coach Brett Oberson to keep his offense out on the field. The worst that happens is you turn the ball over here with 6 minutes. You're on your half, or the Ravens' half of the field.
Another toss, and keeps on going up the field, breaks 2 or 3 tackles there, and eventually brought down at the Ravens' 15-yard line.
And as soon as we finish praising him, there'll be a missed tackle in the open field. But once again, Northwest is going to be bailed out by a holding call.
Wow. 2 big mistakes on 2 big plays by the Raiders there.
And they really are big mistakes. Without those calls, you either have a touchdown or a first down that kind of, in many ways, could have sealed the game.
Yeah, that would have been the first down there, and Raiders are moving the ball pretty well this game. Chance another touchdown, and like you said, would have finished it off. Raiders taking a little bit of time to line up on the ball. 6 seconds left on the clock. Gets it off in time. Jack. Oh, actually a punt on the play. And that's going to keep rolling towards the goal. Towards the end zone. Laying about 8-yard line.
Another good punt from Shawnee Mission South. They're betting on their defense here. The roll helps them a great deal as it comes within the 10-yard line. Ravens are going to have a long way to go on this drive.
Looks like there's actually another flag on the play.
There seems to be some confusion. Refs are on the sidelines explaining.
So 5 yards to the end of the kick for an illegal motion on the Raiders there.
And the Ravens will come out from the 10-yard line all the way to the 14. They still have a long field. That's about 86 yards that they have to cover and leave enough time for another score. Ravens are going to have to start going to the air as opposed to running their typical option.
Yeah, I need a little bit of variation in their play calling here. There's a snap. Cole Manning rolling out looking for the pass. Cole Morris in coverage. Just a little long and wide there.
And the throw from Manning wasn't a perfect spiral. It kind of ducked a little bit. Once again, he ran out of time.
Here you go, Ravens lining up here. 2nd and 10. Cole Manning rolling out. Tosses it to Gabe Barfetti. Goes up the field, gets about 4 yards in the play.
And a good choice to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Chase Brown was out in front with a good block.
Gain of 6 on the play. It's 3rd and 4 from the 20.
3rd and 4 for the Ravens. Really drawing this 4th quarter out, trying to get some points on the board.
One thing that the Ravens need to take advantage of is the sideline. They need to move a lot of their plays in that direction, stop the clock as much as possible, especially if they're not going to get the big play.
Oh, Cole Manning drops the ball. However, it is recovered from the Ravens. Lucky recovery. If not for that recover, could have been a quick end of the game.
Yeah, good play by Kendall McNeil to follow his quarterback there and dive on the football. They actually picked up a couple extra yards on that one.
Cole Manning rolling out left side, and a little bit of Andrew Dumas manages. I was speechless there. Andrew Dumas manages to clutch that catch. That was a bit of a tall catch, but he, using his athleticism, was able to grab that out of the air and come down with it. Gain of 21 yards in the play.
A really impressive play because he had to adjust backwards and up. So the throw was behind. Cole Manning was running to his weak side. He had to throw all the way across his body, plus 20 yards downfield. Dumas did a great job of adjusting.
Great play by Andrew Dumas and Cole Manning there. Cole Manning handing it off to Andrew Dumas. Andrew Dumas goes up the field. Not quite the first down. You know, 2nd and inches.
That was just pure power right there. He was dragging his defender with him.
Gain of 9 on the play. It's 2nd and 1.
Unfortunately, the clock is going to continue to run.
Without the first downs, we're getting out of bounds. That clock keep on running, wasting the time that the Ravens need to score. A little bit wide. However, the clock will stop on the incomplete pass.
It's 3rd and short. If nothing else, the Ravens can just pound it straight ahead for the first down.
Use the offensive line, what they've been doing so far this game, punch a hole in the middle.
And that was actually a good play by Cole Manning. He was rolling out to his right. He had a blocker in front, but all of a sudden there was a man bringing some pressure. That throw to Cole Morris was just far enough out of his reach that it wasn't going to be picked off by the defender. The only thing that can happen there is an incomplete pass, or Cole Morris makes a fantastic catch.
Cole Manning manages to get up the field, gain about 2 yards there, and gets the first down. 4 minutes left in the half. They desperately need to score here in the next minute and get a quick stop.
Ravens need to keep moving the chain. The clock stops while the chains are being moved. Unfortunately, Ravens not accustomed to running a hurry-up offense. They usually stop and huddle up between each play.
Clock is ticking down. They need a big run or big pass here. Cole Manning drops back looking for the pass. Ryan Andrews up in the field. Defender jumps on the back right before he brings the ball down, and that will be an incomplete pass.
And a tough play there for Ryan Andrew, but he was just a split second away from hauling that one in. That could be a difference maker right there.
That would give them the chance they needed to score before the 3-minute mark. Fortunately, if they can't score before the 3-minute mark, that could be the end of the game.
Yeah, and that was an absolutely amazing throw from Cole Manning. He put it where only his receiver could get it. Ryan Andrews really has a good frame. He's 6'2", 6'3". He put it up in the air where only Ryan Andrews could get there.
Cole Manning looking to roll out, goes to the run, gains about 4 or 5 yards on the play there.
Northwest needs to pick up the pace a little bit. They need to get a play back in.
Gain of 4 on the play. It's 3rd and 6 from the 31.
So 3rd and 6 on the Ravens' 31-yard line. They really need to score here in the next 30-some seconds. If they can't, that will be the end of the game for them. Or that will be close to the end of the game. It's hard to come back. In a 2-score deficit with 2 minutes. Gabe Arfretti looks like he almost just stopped running at the end of that. Probably would have had it if he would just kept the speed up.
And you have to wonder if that's just a lack of receptions. I mean, the Ravens very rarely throw the football. It's almost like Barfetti didn't know what to do once the ball was up in the air. It was a perfect pass. He was open. He runs under that instead of jumping up for it, and we have a touchdown. Good play call from Coach Hafner there.
Last 3 plays calls have been pretty solid by Hafner.
And a big part of that one, Cole Manning had time to step in the pocket and make a comfortable throw.
Cole Manning dropping back again, a little bit of coverage. And that will be intercepted. Intercepted by Hunter Carpenter, taking up the right side of the field. Breaks a tackle just shy of the 50-yard line.
Return to the 48-yard line. Raiders will take over first and 10.
Connor Boyd comes back to the sideline. He has a problem with his right arm, it appears. That's an absolute killer for Northwest.
Yeah, that could be the end of the game, Jack. A first down by the Raiders here, and they will most likely take an easy in the game. Hand off to Marquez Briscoe. Just pulled down by Andrew Dumas at the 25-yard line.
And he knows that he was a few steps away from a touchdown. Read option for Shawnee Mission South has grown increasingly effective as the Ravens defense has grown more and more tired. It might just be feeling of defeat creeping in.
2:30 left on the clock. If they score here, that will be the end of the game here. Scrambling, gets pulled down. Still gains about 5 yards there.
Tackled by Ryan Andrew.
Olathe Northwest, the first time out of the half.
Olathe Northwest takes a timeout with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second half. We'll take that to a commercial break. This is TV 25, where there's always something on.
Your activities are in full swing and you need fundraising ideas. DollarsForYou.com is here to get the dollars for you. Visit DollarsForYou.com and look at all the fast and easy fundraising ideas together in one place. Check out our trash bag special right now with 40 to 50% profit.
Call now for more information and we'll send you one of our best fundraisers, a coupon book with hundreds of dollars of money-saving coupons, a $20 value, and it's yours absolutely free if you call right now.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
That'll bring us back from the timeout. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left in the game here. 21-31. Raiders set up to score. And Carpenter will take that ball up, get the first down, and an extra about 5 yards on that play.
And what's been so disappointing about this game is that this may be one of the Ravens' last chance to take a victory for the season. Next week they see Olathe North, who has some extreme talent, and although they dropped a game to Shawnee Mission East last weekend, they're one of the top teams in the Sunflower League, and they'll definitely be hard to beat.
Yeah, but a tough game for the Ravens tomorrow. Like you said, this was probably their last chance to win in the year. And the handoff, gain about 1 yard there maybe. Looks like the Raiders will try to get a quick score here before the end of the game. Actually, the Raiders take a timeout there. About 1:30 left in the in the game.
The Raiders will be in no rush. If they get in the end zone, it almost will be an accident. They want to end this game. They'll probably just take 1 or 2 plays, take some time off the clock. With a 25-second play clock and about 3 seconds to get a play off, we're looking at about 3 or 4 plays left in this ball game.
So there's 1:34 left. 1:34 left in the game, and Marquez Briscoe
with the carry.
just short of the touchdown. Going pretty hard for that, though.
Yeah, and once again, Shawnee Mission South goes right back to the read option. It's what they've been doing all night. There's been no deviation from that plan. The Ravens just haven't had a response to it.
The Ravens will take another timeout at the end of the game. I'm not sure what they're playing at, but they have taken their final timeout of the game.
You almost have to wonder what Coach Hafner and the Ravens are discussing at this point in the ball game.
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking that myself.
They're backed up against their own goal line here with 1.5 minutes left of the game. This one is about out of reach. Or excuse me, about out of reach as it could possibly be at this point.
And the Raiders will call another timeout.
It seems to be at this point a battle of the timeouts. There's a lot of discussing to be done on the sidelines here. It's appearing that the 1-5 Ravens will drop to 1-6. They'll most likely pick up a seeding against teams like Gardner or Olathe North for their first round playoff game as Roberts sneaks into the end zone.
So Briscoe will sneak into the end zone, like you said, and it'll be 21-37. Raiders leading. Well, I'm happy there was about 3 or 4 minutes of timeouts there before the end of the game. I'm not sure what they were discussing in order to come back from a 16-point deficit.
And luckily for the Ravens, they'll get the ball back and another chance to pound one into the end zone. If nothing else, at least for pride.
Yep. Practice, maybe. Get some extra reps in there.
And that one will go right through the uprights, take the score to 38-21.
38-21, Northwest trailing. We're going to take it to a quick commercial before the end of the game.
We know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest, so a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
And we are back for the end of the game. Kickoff by Shawnee Mission South. They just scored here. The score is 21-38. Raiders leading.
Kicking off for the Raiders.
if nothing else, the Ravens kind of get a free 2-minute drill here. Let's see what they do as the ball will trickle through the end zone.
Ravens will take over 1st and 10 from the 20.
So be on the 20-yard line for the Ravens here. Just maybe get some more reps in the last minute and a half. Run some experimental plays, you think? Kind of try some stuff. Maybe. Not sure what you could do during this time.
Another reminder, make sure to stay tuned after the conclusion of this one. We'll bring you the Glow Show as the band performs with the lights off at Seaback. They'll light up the field with some glow sticks or lights. It's sure to be quite the spectacle.
It's an early Christmas for us on the Seaback football field.
Fumble on the play.
There is a fumble on the play.
Covered by Olathe Northwest.
However, the Ravens do recover the football with a minute left in the game.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Ravens. I expect them just to kind of run, play if they don't kneel here. Take a knee. It might take a knee. We don't know. No, not a knee. Hand it off to Andrew Dumas. Andrew Dumas goes up the field. May get a last-minute touchdown. Nope, taken down. Oh, what a silly defender. Silly, that's a good word. 50-yard line for the Ravens, looking for a touchdown this late in the game. Andrew Dumas goes up again, taken down 3 yards, and that will most likely be the end of the game.
Ravens going to look to get one more play in.
Raiders. That is the end of the game. We're going to take it to commercial before we send it to the Glow Show. This is TV 25, where there's always something on.
There's a ray of sunshine. Where'd you get all that money?
My daddy was smart. He saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Tell a fella, where'd you get all that money?
My mommy was smart. She saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Hayes House of Music. Their house is your house. They will not be undersold.
Hayes House of Music will not be undersold.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For 35 years, Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has operated under a simple idea. It's about the relationship. That means that no matter how big or small the job is, we do it right the first time. And only Polestar has received the Midwest Partner of the Year award from Lennox. No other company can make that claim. And now get up to a $1,700 rebate on qualifying Lennox equipment. At Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, it's about the relationship. Call us today or visit polestarplumbing.com.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Can your soul survive the plunge over the edge of
Visit the nation's epicenter for haunted attraction, Kansas City.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Rocks and gems and minerals, rocks and gems and minerals. Anyone can have some fun with rocks and gems and minerals. minerals.
Come have some fun with geology fans just like you at the Topeka Gem and Mineral Show.
October 13th and 14th at the Kansas Expo Center Ag Hall in Topeka.
For more information and to save $1 off the cost of admission, visit topekagms.org.
Don't miss the biggest collection of gem and mineral dealers in the area.
Everyone will have some fun with rocks, gems, and minerals at the Topeka Gem and Mineral Show.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
DollarsForYou.com is here to get the dollars for you. Visit DollarsForYou.com and look at all the fast and easy fundraising ideas together in one place. Check out our trash bag special right now with 40 to 50% profit.
Call now for more information, and we'll send you one of our best fundraisers, a coupon book with hundreds of dollars of money-saving coupons, a $20 value, and it's yours absolutely free if you call right now.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest, so a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice.
United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Just a ray of sunshine. Where'd you get all that money?
My daddy was smart. He saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Tell a fella, where'd you get all that money?
My mommy was smart. She saved all this money at Hayes House of Music.
Hayes House of Music. Their house is your house. They will not be undersold.
Hayes House of Music will not be undersold.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For 35 years, Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has operated under a simple idea. It's about the relationship. That means that no matter how big or small the job is, we do it right the first time. And only Polestar has received the Midwest Partner of the Year award from Lennox. No other company can make that claim. And now get up to a $1,700 rebate on qualifying Lennox equipment. At Polestar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, it's about the relationship. Call us today or visit polestarplumbing.com.
With more premium cable-like channels than any others.
Can your soul survive the plunge over the edge of hell?
Visit the nation's epicenter for haunted attraction, Kansas City.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Rocks and gems and minerals, rocks and gems and minerals. Anyone can have some fun with rocks and gems and minerals.
Come have some fun with geology fans just like you at the Topeka Gem and Mineral Show.
October 13th and 14th at the Kansas Expo Center Ag Hall in Topeka.
For more information and to save $1 off the cost of admission, visit topekagms.org.
Don't miss the biggest collection of gem and mineral dealers in the area.
Everyone will have some fun with rocks, gems, and minerals at the Topeka Gem and
Drum majors, is the band ready? field is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, help me count it down. Lights out in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mineral Show.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there